Hi, JP Godsey, the Director of the Coastal Virginia Chamber of Commerce. Glad that you came along to join us for another exciting episode of The Wave. Tonight's a big one. We have the two biggest mayors from the two biggest cities. Rick West from Chesapeake, Bob Dyer from Virginia Beach. We're going to focus on the COVID-19 and how it's affecting the businesses and the cities themselves. Who's financially going to be paying for these things? Also, go to our website, coastalvachamber.com. You can get information on the new grants, the second round of PPP, and how you can apply for them and benefit your businesses, because that's what we're about. Again, stay tuned for another ride on the wave. I'll start with you, Mayor West. There's small business grants that we've heard a lot of talk about. Does your city, Chesapeake, have those to distribute to small businesses? Because that's what our chamber is all about.
Yeah, we do. And I want to take a minute and talk about those grants, because I want people to be very, very clear about what they are and how you can get to them. You know, we've taken $3.5 million from CARES money to allocate for small businesses. That's businesses in Chesapeake with employees less than 50 people. And our first phase, the first round of awarding those grants, quite honestly, we only awarded $50,000 of all the money that was there, because there was a restriction that said if you got PPE money, you couldn't get money from these grants. We quickly readjusted that. We've reopened it, recently said, okay, let's go to phase 2. Let's send the word out to small businesses. Let's get them to get in here, and you can get up to $10,000 for any expenses that COVID-19 has cost your business. So we're doing our best to try to get the word out.
How much money is still left in the kitty?
Well, as far as I know, there's $3 million still.
How about you, Mayor Dyer? What's Virginia Beach doing with the posted grants?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you go to our website at vbgov.com and look at economic development, you will find a plethora of opportunities and things that we've been doing. Obviously, we've had the CARE grants come in to try to help the small businesses out. We actually had a delay of a couple months with no penalty of people paying the, certain taxes that were due. We're also set up programs to assist people to help them navigate through. All this is up on the website, including possible avenues to retrain people to get into jobs in case they have lost their jobs. So once again, we have been working with state, federal, and local governments have been working in unison to get to come up with some of these solutions.
How nice to hear that people were working together. I mean, it seems like that would, in this time of crisis, that would be a no-brainer. Obviously, money, Mayor West, has got to be the big thing, and we just touched on that with the grants. Small businesses in need, is that the biggest issue that they're coming to you with?
That is the biggest issue. And let me just piggyback on what Mayor Dyer just said, because I think it's very important. In every city, these grants are being handled by the Economic Development Department. And, try to call them, be in touch. I know in Chesapeake, probably Virginia Beach is the same. They're very responsive. They will get back to you. The website is even a better way to go to access these kinds of funds. But yeah, there are other ways too. When the restaurant industry, Bobby and some others convinced the governor to allow restaurants to open up and serve outside and serve alcohol. I mean, a main source for the restaurant's livelihood.
Yeah.
What government typically does is study an issue for a couple of months, and then they come up with guidelines of how you can do it, and then they say, okay, apply. We didn't do that. We said, okay, you just present a plan to us and we'll, allow you to do it. And then quite honestly, businesses didn't know how to do that. So we said, just do it. Just go ahead and start doing it, and we will go out and check and make sure that you're doing it safely. And so I think the key to that for all governments is to stay flexible and allow these businesses to do whatever they have to do to survive without risking the population, the citizens.
I would think a lot of businesses, especially the restaurants and bars, were paranoid about the restaurant police, so to speak. coming around, and because some restaurants got shut down just 2 weeks ago because, and maybe shame on them. Maybe they weren't following the rules. I don't know, Mayor Dyer.
They were the exception, not the rule. I can tell you that the restaurants were fully prepared, but restaurants historically have always been on top of sanitation and making sure germs aren't spread, that food is prepared properly and everything. And based on what I have seen, the restaurants have went overboard about imposing regulations on themselves, making sure that their employees are safe, making sure the patrons that come to the restaurant are safe. But let me say this to the public: don't be afraid to go out to a restaurant. It'll be healthy for you to get out with your family. Be assured that every precaution has been taken to make sure that you're going to be safe. But believe me when I say the restaurants took the brunt of the hit, with
They
this.
sure did.
And don't forget, a lot of the restaurants, they sponsor, pony leagues and charities and everything. Let's see if we can get back out and help them.
They're always supporting the community organizations that we want. Mayor Tom West from Chesapeake, Mayor Bobby Dyer here from Virginia Beach on the coast of Virginia Chamber of Commerce Wave. And we're glad that you tuned in to us. Mayor West, just a few minutes left. What can citizens do? Obviously, Mayor Dyer just said to get out in the community safely and responsibly and support our local businesses. Any other thoughts to get the groove going, so to speak?
No, I think Mayor Dyer is exactly right. Don't be afraid. But, because businesses, for the most part, are doing all they can do to keep they don't want their clients to get sick, and they don't want their staff to get sick. I think one of the other challenges that a lot of businesses are having is getting people to come back to work. They're getting funds and they're making more money staying home, number one, and a lot of people just don't want to take that risk. So another thing I think we can do is to help our businesses try to find people who are, and to train people for to do the workforce. So I think that's a big need for our businesses, getting people to come to work and being trained.
Ways that citizens can help other than just getting out, or is that really the main thrust?
Well, I'll tell you, it's getting out responsibly. And, mission one is to make sure everybody's safe and we're protecting ourselves from the disease. Wear a mask, do the social distancing, wash your hands frequently, and clean surfaces. Okay, that's the first part. But the other thing is, we got to be a healthy society. Keeping people in homes and confined is not in our nature. We have to find that reasonable balance, because collateral damage is that we're seeing increases in depression, suicide, increased alcohol, increased drugs, and domestic violence. So the point is, get out, get healthy, get in the fresh air, socialize, but do it safely. Keep your distance. Together, if we get, this is going to be over one day. The more we're compliant, the quicker we're going to get.
Amen to that. Last thoughts. Anything on your minds? I know Virginia Beach, we've lost our Neptune Festival, we lost our Patriotic Festival, and one of the best festivals in Hampton Roads is the Chesapeake Jubilee. Mayor West, I've bumped heads with you a couple times there, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm sorry that we've all missed those, but anything you want to leave with our viewers that is on your mind or poignant to the city of Chesapeake?
Well, a lot of things, but I do want to kind of just maybe a final statements about the COVID and its effect on it, as Bobby was just talking about the effect on our lives and about the economy. And you said, JP, at the beginning of this podcast that we were thinking it was going to be a couple of weeks, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, but here we are in month 6 and we're still going. I do believe there is a point of which we are going to have to make a decision to open our economy so that it won't die forever, and so that people won't suffer in more ways than even this disease brings. And I got to tell you, when that time comes, I don't know whether it's January or February, but when that time comes, we are going to need leaders that our citizens can trust and believe. And quite honestly, I don't think we have that at a state level. I don't think we have it at a federal level. But I think that we as local leaders must be honest with our citizens and tell them what the real deal is, and not to make this virus political or anything else for political gain. We just really need to be honest with our citizens so that they will trust us, and we will do what we have to do. And the challenge is great, and may even be greater.
Well stated, Mayor Rick West. How about you, Mayor Dyer? Closing comments.
Yeah, I just want to say that the strength of Virginia Beach are the people of Virginia Beach. And in spite of this, this great challenge that we all have, the community has responded magnificently. People are helping out their elderly neighbors and their friends and people that are out of work. I know a lot of the restaurants were out there helping with food and just doing things. The idea is come together as a community with unity. Together we can conquer this. And it's really going to come down to personal responsibility, doing the right thing for the right reason now, short-term inconvenience for long-term gain. We will beat this, but we have to do it together, and we're going to have to show that personal responsibility to do the right thing. But together, we will not only survive, we will thrive.
I love that. He's rhyming over here, Mayor West. Community with unity, survive and thrive. I love it. But Mayor Dyer, again, I'd like to thank our guest, Mayor Rick West, Mayor Bobby Dyer, the Coastal Virginia Chamber of Commerce. We want you to be a part of our team. Go to our website, and we've covered many cities here, and we certainly want your business to be the next one. We start as little as $250, which includes a 2-minute infomercial that we professionally film at your place of business. As we close, I'd like to thank our new executive director, Ron Villanueva, our chairman, Gary Byler, our tech people, Max and Kadisha. They're always on top of things, but especially you. I'm JP Godsey, one of the directors here for the Coastal Chamber. You just caught a wave, and thanks for watching. See you next time.